the Gen Zs don't believe in investing in real estate. आयुष्यात काही झालं तर मी तुम्हाला सोडून कुठेही फ्लॅट घेणार. Kumar property started in the year 1966, 15th of August 1966. Sick year, so it's almost 60 years now.
Welcome back, everyone, to Front Row, to the newest episode of our Founders series. As you all know, we have been doing Founders series with a lot of founders all across Pune and Maharashtra to understand their vision, their understanding of different industries, the way they envision business, right? Today, we have someone with us who has been at the forefront of the entire Pune's real estate, coming from a legacy of almost 60 years of being from a real estate family. We have Mr. Amit Jain with us, who is Managing Director of Kumar Life Spaces. And today we will be discussing with him his vision, his understanding of how Pune's real estate market is going to boom, what exactly he's thinking of providing to the consumers in Pune, all around Pune. And yeah, I think we'll keep it very like a casual conversation to understand your views on the overall real estate market.
It's my pleasure, and thank you so much for connecting me to the masses
Yeah.
and the entire team of First Pop.
If you want to address anything to our audience in terms of how the journey has been coming from the entire legacy, everyone in Pune almost knows about Kumar as a name, brand name, right? So how are you taking that ahead now?
So just a short brief, that Kumar property started in the year 1966, 15th of August 1966. Sick year, so it's almost 60 years now, and this business was started by my grandfather and carried on by my uncles and my father and my brothers. We all are together in this business. And I joined the business in around 2009. Okay, completed my civil engineering from Bharati Dape. So the main inspiration of, it's not like Marwadi hai to kaise pe baitho. The inspiration was because I see my father, my uncles, my brothers working uh, hardly towards making dreams possible. And buying is always a dream.
Absolutely.
And making that beautiful was always an inspiration to me.
Right.
And that is how I thought of, getting into real estate and carrying forward this legacy.
I think for most of the people, home buying is like once in a lifetime.
It's always once in a lifetime.
Right. So, like you said, it comes with a dream, a lot of, I'll say,
A lot of
emotions.
aspirations, a lot of dreams. Of course, everybody wishes to grow in that house with their own families. They want to have a nice community to live around, better environment, better spaces.
Right.
So that's how we were inspired, and we are carrying forward the legacy.
Right. I was roaming around. I saw a term called speciology.
Speciology.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why? Like, what's exactly the focus there?
So speciology is what we're defining is how Kumar has evolved with defining spaces. Nowadays we all talk about carpet areas, size of the apartment, etc.
Right.
So here what we are trying to saying is that the space, the design is such that every inch of your carpet area is used, and that's how
Right.
we've created spaces where there are zero wastages, and you can enjoy that entire beauty of the apartment.
Right.
Otherwise, it so happens that because of the furniture, etc., the room sizes get smaller, movement space gets smaller. Then you really don't feel comfortable in that house. So keeping in mind, what the people require, what are the benefits, etc., how they can use maximum space, is what we've inculcated in speciology. Because speciology is we call it the science of space.
This is more like using technology in real estate. I haven't heard anyone actually, use such terms.
Technology, but with what the plans aspire. If you have,
which is comfortable for the end user.
Comfortable to them.
Right. Nice. Yeah, in fact, I think we are sitting in one of the flats, and this is like really spacious. In fact, my team also was saying that it's completely different. That's why we decided to set it up here instead of setting up in normal when we do cabin and all. Great. I think in terms of science, there's a lot that of course goes through it. When we say life spaces, what exactly was your thought given that?
So why we came up with this brand is because life and spaces.
Right.
Life is all about enjoyment, celebrating life in all kind of manners, and spaces is what you have as your home. So we've just inculcated and brought these two things together and said life spaces. So what we are doing is giving you space to enjoy that particular life, the span of your life that is there, and to have a better community, better lifestyle. Everybody wants a lot of amenities, etc., in the houses.
Right.
Which in today's, it's all about rat race or carpet areas or number of flats, apartments. So here we've changed. We said we will sell less number of apartments, but we do bigger. What our clients actually, what the change is. Today, the buyer is more like a youth, from 27 years old to 50 years is the buyer.
Right.
So the buyer requires a lot of space, work from home encourages, school, work from school. School has become online.
Right.
And then you require a lot of amenities like clubhouses, gyms, then you require indoor spaces, hobby areas. And when you get all this in one particular project is what we meant by spaces. So all the projects that Life Spaces will have these basic amenities. They will be more towards the green building aspects. They would have flower beds inculcated in the design itself. So we need not have additional pots, etc. That minimizes the size of your balconies.
Correct.
So all these features are.
If you have to let's say summarize this into three main features, what would it be?
Greenery, optimization of spaces, and comfort.
Super. I think you must have already been through a lot of a lot of flats being sold to the clients, right? What has been one memory of yours where it was probably the most emotional? Can also be strange, but that has been one of a kind of experience.
See, every apartment that we sold has always been an emotional this thing, because we see their smile on the clients' faces,
Right.
the happiness that they have when they're booking their dream homes. But particularly in COVID times, during the COVID times, we really, it was a scare in the market whether the apartments should go, etc.
Right.
But we had this family who's into government schools. They were teachers in government schools. So they came up to me and saying that, we need how we like the project, but the thing is that we do not have the money to pay you right now, and this is our budget. This is what we can pay, etc. So as being Kumar, because the legacy is always being about not earning a lot of money at one time, but making people more comfortable, keeping them transparent, and making them happy is what is our prime focus. So I said, no worries. Why don't you just book, and per month, whatever EMI you want to pay to the bank, instead of taking the loan, you pay it to me and pay it quarterly.
Right.
The arrangement that we really have. So he said, okay, I'll get back. Tomorrow is my wife's birthday, and I would really want to gift her this apartment, etc. So I said, no problem. I'm always here, because COVID times were such that there were limited movement.
Right.
So staff was less. We could not call all the staff. So I was directly dealing with it. So next day he came with his wife, and he had a small cake cutting ceremony, and he handed over the booking form, etc. with all the sign. The only I still remember that the client told me two things. Is माझा आशीर्वाद तुमच्या बरोबर आहे. And second is की आयुष्यात काही झालं तर मी तुम्हाला सोडून कुठेही फ्लॅट घेणार. So that is a heart touching moment when clients really feel, that they're happy and they've got what they want and they booked a dream home with us. So it really is an emotional, of course you're proud of it, but it's more emotional because it's like, okay, I'm really delivering something.
Whatever you did, it was worth it. That kind of feeling you will always have with us. And I think it also helps with word of mouth, the way it happens. Rather than promoting a lot of stuff through artificial marketing, it's better that it goes through word of mouth because of such kind of experiences.
Yes, that is what, if you see here in Kumar Life Spaces, whatever apartments we've sold as of now is 80% through word of mouth. So 20% is to maybe CPs or branding or advertisement. But 80% till date, it's like, and our previous clients get the clients, ki, this is the rent, just book it, go ahead, you'll get the best. Don't worry about it.
Super.
So that's the brand that we work, and this is how we are carrying up our business.
Definitely, I think for Pune, it's a brand name, first of all, that's well known. Kumara's brand name. With that, now Life Spaces is adding value in terms of the particular, I would say, the way you mentioned, right? Green living, oh yeah, but community living, जो
Yes.
एक बोल रहे हैं, that's what I think Life Spaces highlighted. Abhi, all the projects that are going on right now, like what is like the main key project for you that you want to highlight?
So Kumar Pratham was one of the key projects. Kumar Parv is one of the key projects. Kumar Parv is a total change in the carpet areas, the specification, the elevations, the kind of specifications inside and outside the apartments. Is a total change, and of course, people have accepted. And out of I think 800, we are already sold out with 350 apartments in a year's time.
Super.
So that is one because of the product
Hmm.
we are able, and of course the legacy also. But what we are seeing is the kind of product that we are marketing or giving the people is really accepted, and they're really happy.
Super. And I mean, like we all know, Pune is growing at a rapid speed, all infrastructure development and all. How is that also affecting your overall growth in terms of general real estate, not just Kumar, but overall real estate marketing for?
So overall, of course, when infrastructure is increasing, the number of companies that are coming in and or the existing companies expanding. So of course, a lot of people coming in, and everybody wants a home, whether it's a rented apartment or a own apartment.
Right.
So there is always a shortage of homes, and yet I think Pune real estate in residential terms is yet short in supply to the need that is there today.
Okay, super. I mean, that means that we are already short of the projects and which has demand is already there in the market.
Yes.
Nice. And which are like nearby projects, like which are near to position now in terms of life spaces?
In terms of life spaces, we've already just finished Pratham now. This is the second project that under the life spaces brand we are doing. But as a group, as in Kumar, so we have Hadapsar that is on the verge of completion. We have Megapolis in Hinjadi, which is half completed. It's a township.
Right.
So phase manners, one phase is nearing possession. Maybe by Diwali we start building possessions for that.
Right.
There's one luxury apartment project in Pane that we are giving positions for. So there are multiple projects under the umbrella of Kumar Properties, which we are delivering, and new projects have also been used.
Super. And I mean, there are a lot of projects right now, which, you know, everyone has a different, I would say, way of looking at it. Few of them are more like, let's say, for old age people, where it's more about, you know, how the project is designed for retirement kind of a housing and all. Right. Then there are few speaking about probably modern living, very modern architecture and all. In the all of this, where do our projects exactly fit in?
So our projects fit in for every age group, every age group. So there's no, segregation that this is only for old age or this is only for the younger guys or this. So whatever projects under the brand name of Kumar Properties or Kumar Life Spaces, you'll find it's a mixed use for everybody. So we don't want, the old people to go somewhere else far off from the city and live. We want them to live in the city with a niche community, right, with good people where there's a mix of young and old. So it's like, bonding.
Correct.
So the old people would teach something to the new people. The new people would, the younger generation would teach technology to the older people. So it's always a mix that we target. We do not have any segregation as such.
I think it's more about building, like we earlier discussed, community. So community involves everyone.
Yeah.
Can be anyone of any age. Everything comes in between, like their profession, maybe all of them.
Yeah, all kinds of people from different backgrounds, from army backgrounds, from government offices, or maybe private industries, or small home buyers, or they're from IT industry or real estate or any.
I think in terms of budgets also we are pretty much up to the, I'd say, standards, market standards.
Yeah, yeah.
That's also one reason where you can attract almost all crowd, which is
Yes.
going to be there.
So pricing, we've always kept it as the market pricing, of course, with the brand value, etc., and with the amenities, etc. It's a bit expensive than the market, but people accept it because they're getting what they want. Right? They don't, once they're in their home, they don't need to go out for anything. So you have retail where your daily needs are fulfilled. You have your gym, sauna, spa. Then old people, they have a kirtan room or a music room or a yoga room for themselves. So everything is inside the project. So it's like our projects, if you see all over, it's like everything now. So once you're at home from a tired work day, you're just having whatever you want for relaxation.
Once you're at home, you are at peace.
At peace.
Super. And I mean, before going to your vision in terms of what's going to happen, what do you envision? Just taking one step before that. ये पूरा transition of, let's say, you coming into the picture in 2009, like you said, then taking it over. So how has it changed over the time? Probably from a generation perspective also, and with like the new consumers coming also.
अगर ऐसा देखे जाए तो फ्रॉम जनरेशन्स टू जनरेशन देयर हैज बीन अ लॉट ऑफ चेंज इन द होम बायर्स डिमांड सो previously when I remember when my father used to look after this business or his brothers used to look after the business, it was more about I want a home. I'm not worried about the amenities, parking, etc. That was then that चाहिए बस. That was the need because the only perspective was कि घर है तो बाकी सब कुछ. Slowly home buyers, the demand started changing. They started asking for larger apartments, more amenities, more specifications, etc. So with my brothers, when they started taking over the business, so of course when you go abroad, you learn a lot of things in architecture, in planning, the material usage, etc. So they inculcated all this. When I came into business, I started developing a lot of products. Started doing a lot of research that what could be better, how and at a very minimal cost, which does not hurt the pocket of the home buyers. That was more important because if your material is expensive, your home is expensive. So that was one thing that I tried to inculcate. And then with the design factor, we used to have a lot of CREDAI study trips. Like Pune CREDAI organizes a lot of study trips every year. So we used to meet a lot of architects, consultants, see their projects, etc. So we started also understanding that what could we put into our projects. So like technology or maybe space use wise or the finishing material types. So what we could do better. And so we started discussing with our architects that, this is what we feel should be done. This is a kind of landscape we would like to have. This is a kind of elevation that we could have. So that is how I then started, changing these aspects.
Overall architecture and overall amenities.
Amenities.
And what do you think can be a demand? How would be the demand looking like in coming years? Not just in terms of size and all, but more from a perspective of, let's say, how we envision today, like, China as an example, like, they are doing this, they are doing that. So, few things that probably will happen in Indian market also.
See, Indian market, of course, it's now, I think, third largest economy in the world. Right? Of course, it's going to be one of the strongest economies in the world again. So a lot of investment coming in, a lot of people will come in, a lot of businesses will be flourishing, manufacturing, IT. So this everything, the backbone is real estate. Correct. So real estate in any format is going to bloom. It's always going to be upscale. I don't see this market good enough for the next 5 years. It's always going to be demanding, and demands are going to change year on year. So we're just trying to adapt to their daily needs, see what changes, etc., are coming in. A lot of European culture is coming in designing perspective of a commercial building or a residential or a school building. So that's what we need to adapt and upscale ourselves is what we're looking at.
There's also a very, I would say, trending debate that's going on the internet is of how real estate investment is not so good compared to anything like stocks or share market and all. But I think over the generations, like, earlier, real estate was kind of one of the main investment that people used to consider. What's your opinion on that?
See, the Gen Zs don't believe in investing in real estate because it's a very slow process of having an upscale investment.
Right.
When once you invest say about 10 rupees, you don't see that tomorrow is going to be 100 rupees.
Correct.
But in share market, it's tomorrow it's 100 and today it's not even the 10 rupees that you invest.
Right.
So now, if you see the current scenario, like if you see the gold prices or any of the metal prices, they're fluctuating at a very higher scale.
Correct.
But real estate is one where is the most safest bet that if you put in a penny, at least you're safe that after 5 years I'm going to get that penny. Of course, you'll get more than that, but it's like रुपए को रुपया मिलेगा,
कम तो नहीं होगा.
कम तो नहीं होगा, उससे कम तो नहीं होगा.
I think there won't be any case जहाँ पे कम हुआ है.
Yeah, and it's the most stable. So tomorrow you go to any bank, anything, you can immediately liquidate that, get a loan on it, get an LRD done, you can get your finances. But if you buy gold today, which is at 1.5 lakh rupees per 10 grams,
Right.
you don't know, tomorrow it just comes down to 40.
Yeah, a lot of things.
You just have that metal and be like, okay, I lost 110 bucks.
Why do you think this has changed over the generation? Like now that current generation, like you said correctly, Gen Zs don't believe that much in real estate. इतना drastic change कैसे हुआ?
It's not a drastic change basically because these cryptocurrencies, the world markets have opened up. So they feel that investing in a startup or maybe Bitcoins or any of the cryptos is more favorable than, but they don't see the larger picture or they're not seeing how long, what's the longevity of.
I think higher the risk, higher the reward is what.
Right, so they are all short-term gainers. Like, आज कमाओ कल देखेंगे. So basically our fathers or maybe us, we've always seen कि आज save करो, so कल काम आएगा. But today it is like आज कमाओ, आज खर्चा करो, thank you. So savings is all about keeping it in maybe a small amount in mutual fund or etc. And then just do daily trading, whatever we earn today is like.
I think everyone can relate that. Whoever is watching also, I'm sure they will relate a lot. But yeah, I agreed that in terms of the stability of the investments, real estate will always be on top. I think someone also said that it is actually the only form of investment where it's real. That's why it's called real estate. As simple as that. What would be the main 3 pillars that you would stand by as a Kumar Life Services bank?
First is community living, transparency, and sustainability. So are the 3 pillars that Life Services.
What's the vision if you say for 2030?
So like I told you that we have planned residential projects first. We have one project coming as a holiday home. Very soon we'll be announcing the locations. So there also we're doing luxury housing, but villa projects and also plotted projects. And so that for your Gen Z, it's a safe bet. And they understand that what real estate actually is an investment. Nowadays, everybody is looking at having one holiday home or a small studio apartment where they can go out of the city and relax, have some time of their own.
Right.
So that is what we are trying to do in the next project. And also changing our, we're also shifting to doing warehousing or cold storage, etc. So by 2030, if I have to look at the vision 2030, then residential, we want to do around 10 to 15 projects. In the holiday homes, we are aiming to do another 5 projects. And also get into warehousing and data centers is what.
That's great. Any educational insights you want to provide in terms of Pune's real estate market particularly?
So Pune real estate market is a more stable market in the country today.
True.
If you compare it to the north market or the south market, you've always seen ups and downs. But if you see the Pune market, it has been very steadily growing.
Right.
It is not having too much of hiccups, and it will steadily keep on going. Right. With RERA coming in is one more thing that the buyer is also having his own advantages, security of his investment, etc. as far as the developer is concerned, he's become more transparent.
Right.
So transparency has come out in a so people have that faith कि okay ये developer भागेगा नहीं जो पहले होता था. There were small time developers. There were developers who tried something but they could not perform due to
Correct.
unexpected reasons. But I think overall the Pune real estate market is a very steady market and it will always gradually grow and it won't be like other markets like you see like Noida or maybe Bangalore or Hyderabad where once it takes a shot up and then suddenly you see a dip. So if you see the last 10 years, real estate in Pune has been very gradually growing and it's still gradually growing.
Correct. In terms of pricing also, we are not at like
Pricing,
size point.
approach, everything.
And like you said, European culture is also coming in and all. I have seen a lot of trends where even our culture is also getting in terms of architecture and all, like
Yes, yes.
Dr. Marathi housing and all, right? So have you seen that also coming as a demand?
Yes, 100%. Because if you see, now we are in Maharashtra, if I have to speak about Maharashtra, there are some pockets who demand the heritage structure,
Right.
structure look, or they want to keep Vada look paile. It should not change the entire area of, it should not be too modern. So these demands are there, and we as developers and based on a larger platform are trying to keep those structures or maybe the elevations in that manner. We are also not looking at too much of modernization because every city has its own culture. Or every state has their own culture. Changing it would not really give a beautiful effect to the entire planning and so yeah, I mean heritage is one thing where I think every developer somehow is keeping it intact in every of their projects.
Makes sense. I think every time there's always like every 10 years there's a new trend that comes with probably where something keeps changing according to that you also have to slightly adapt.
But now it's like every 5 years that the trend is changing because so much of now like AI integration, automation, a lot of things have become mobile friendly.
Correct.
So all these changes are rapidly changing. And we as developers are trying to adapt each change because in every project you cannot have everything.
Of course. You can have few parts of it here, then few in other parts.
Yeah, so these are the challenges we face, and of course, at times what happens is the client gets upset. Here, you don't have an Alexa. So that those challenges are there, but we are slowly. I think all developers, as this thing, have decided to adapt to these technologies, etc. But larger the developers who are there in the industry for the last more than 20 years or 25 years, if I have to take a benchmark, they are still of the opinion that there are still people who want it, we want it like, we want it as a modern home,
yes,
but not too much of modernization so that we don't get too lazy.
True. It's like कुछ लोग ऐसे चाहिए कि फैन का बटन हम खुद ही चालू करेंगे बंद करेंगे rather than the remote.
Right.
And so, in terms of all the projects that you have done and all, abhi jaise you said AI is one of the things now coming in almost all industries.
Yeah.
So is it right now happening in real estate industry also? AI is taking over, or there are
not really, but slowly, gradually for sales, etc., it would be there for your softwares or marketing purposes.
For your backend,
yeah.
For your backend, end user के लिए maximum Alexa and all that sort.
Yeah.
So there won't be too many things. I think those lights and all turning off with your voice command.
That is a very basic need that today it is happening. So it's not that it's only Alexa home.
Correct.
But nowadays there are companies who develop their own softwares where you can integrate everything in one bucket. So it does not come at a much higher cost. So if I have given them a traditional switch, they can easily go to the market, change it into an automated home or etc. So it's become more simpler for them.
So like let's say automobiles and all, the future you have air taxis and all. So if we say about real estate, what do you think that would be in 10 years?
I specifically, personally, I feel that trends will change and people like me, we want what was traditional. Because जितना आप टेक्नोलॉजी इंटीग्रेट करना चाहोगे, it will become more difficult. It will make life more difficult.
Correct.
And in terms difficult in the terms that usability
Hmm.
will become more
It will actually reduce your comfort.
comfort.
देखा जाए तो home is all about comfort.
Comfort.
So,
So yeah, so residential projects would I personally I feel it's not going to be a lot of automation or more of technology oriented. So home designing will see a lot of reduction of carbon footprint via having vertical landscaping to reduce the AQI, to better the AQI, and by this and even generation of electricity through windmills or solar, or, other means. Sustainability would be more into the design factor.
Right.
And nowadays people are also, the clients are also getting more, we want fresh air when we open up balconies.
Okay.
We want to have good plantation, good landscaping, because with infrastructure developing, with so much of infrastructure happening, not only the environment is getting hampered, but even the AQI, etc. Now everybody wants cleaner air.
Of course, last I think 3-4 months it's all over the internet.
Yeah.
Everyone knows majorly about Delhi.
Yeah,
and
so
all
these
cities.
things would come into where sustainability will become more important for everybody than having a technology.
Makes sense. If you want to address anything to the audience, what would that be? Not probably just regarding Kumar Raisipun, but in general regarding real estate in Pune.
Believe in real estate. It is the safest bet that you could ever invest in. No real estate developer or no real estate will tell you that in a years I can double your money or triple your money. We can gradually give you an increment of 5% minimum is what I can challenge.
पैसा डबल नहीं हो
नहीं होगा रियल एस्टेट में पैसा कभी डबल नहीं होगा और ये गलत है. Developers will never promise you this, and developers will always tell you that this is the safest and believe them. I mean, I've been into this industry and also I've invested in market, so I know how
both the things work.
Yeah, so both the things work. Whether it's home, plots, farmhouse, anything, just make sure that you have a realistic investment in your pocket.
Definitely. That's from investment and from like consumer perspective, what can be a thing that you want to inform, particularly about life spaces as a brand.
You just come visit us, you will know what we are speaking, what our design language is today, and how we've changed the entire home into a nice place, comfortable place to live in, and how we are building communities. So just come visit our experience center at Kumar Park.
Yeah, I think for everyone who is listening to us, we are at Kumar Park in Moshi. We'll of course attach all the details in the comments so that you can go and visit. The location will also be there in the pinned comments. And thank you so much for making sure that you are sticking to the end. We will definitely be coming up with newer episodes soon. Thank you.